Good evening. Thank you for coming to TomsRiver.tv tonight. My name is Linda Ritchie. I'm I'm the fundraising director for Girl Scouts of the Jersey Shore. And I have several members of our alumni group here with us tonight. And I would like them to introduce themselves, and we're going to talk to you about what the alumni does and how these ladies became a part of it.
Good evening. I'm Ruth Strauss, and I'm a member of the Order of the Evergreen. I moved to Lion's Head and was introduced to three lovely ladies and found out that our paths had crossed years before in scouting, and they were Evergreen members, and that's why I joined.
Okay, I'm Edie Poole. I'm part of the Monmouth chapter, and I was involved in lots of Girl Scout activities at the council, and I found out that a group of people were meeting and joined them, and found out some of them are the ones who trained me to be a Girl Scout leader.
How did you get involved in Girl Scouting in the first place?
Well,
Were you
in my case,
a
we had
girl?
just moved our residence to a new city and a new school, and then one of the girls in the class said, "My mother's a scout leader, and we're trying to form a troop, and would you like to come out?" And that was in 1939. And I stayed with that troop until I went at the end of junior high school. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I followed through with my daughter's troop and then some scout.
So you were troop leader as well?
I was troop leader, and I was
for
a
how many
badge
years?
consultant. Troop leader from 1961 until 1969. And then when the girls went into high school, then they didn't meet in the school library anymore because they didn't get away with wearing uniforms without being a little bit, singled out. So we met in the houses, and I did badge consulting, baking and sewing in my home until they were seniors.
Very nice.
Loved it all.
How about you, Edie?
I attended a mother's meeting for my oldest daughter, and she was all set up in this lovely troop. And at the end of the meeting, the woman said, "Well, we have 18 little girls on a waiting list." And I said, "Well, I could do that, but I don't want my daughter in the troop." And they said to me, "Okay, but that's kind of strange." And I said, "Well, no, because she's always with me. I wanted her to be with somebody else." Mm-hmm. So everybody said that would be fine. But then when my neighbors found out that I was going to have a troop, they thought it would be much easier if the kids just got off the bus and came right up into the house for the meeting. And so my daughter was in my troop. And I did that with brownies. And after brownies, I went to cadets because there was a lady who took all my brownies into her junior troop, and we had a deal that I was a brownie leader till her daughter came through, and she stayed with juniors until all of my girls came.
Yes, that tends to happen with Girl Scouting. I know as a past leader and a volunteer, I know that happens with it.
And then my girls all grew out of the troops, and I stayed.
Yes.
And stayed as a leader for many, many more years.
Yes.
Well, you bond with the girls, and you become almost a surrogate mother, so
Yes, they are my
it's
girls.
such a good closeness to them over
And-
the years.
And Girl Scouting has a way of doing that with you. So when after you were a Girl Scout leader and you stayed as a Girl Scout leader, what made you decide to become part of the alumni?
Because then the girls were older, and I was still working with them, but I had lots of friends that were in the alumni group, and they kept saying, "Well, why don't you join us?" And so I did.
Good.
And it's been a lot of fun, and it's the friendships that you make
Oh, so true.
in Girl Scouts
You're right.
that keep us adults in.
Yes.
Well, in my case, it was change of location again. We
You
retired.
moved a lot.
We did. We retired and came down here to Ocean County, and there were three women in my community that I really admired, and found out that they were active in Girl Scouts in Essex, which is where I came from, Essex County. And it was through an invitation to come on out and join Evergreen, and And so I did.
Very nice. And I must say, she always has a smiling face, and she's always willing to do everything all of these ladies are.
great.
I work with them on a regular basis. I'm like the liaison between Girl Scout Council and the alumni, so I get to work one-on-one with each and every one of them, and I have to tell you, they're marvelous, and we have a lot of fun. So, would you tell our viewers out here why that you stay with the alumni? What do you do, and why would someone else want to be an alumni member?
Well,
And do you have to be? I'm sorry, but do you have to be a girl
No.
and then go from being a Girl Scout,
No.
and then become an adult volunteer in order to be an alumni? No,
No.
you don't.
Men can join. As 18 or older, you have to have a love and a passion for the Scout program and encourage it
Yes.
and support it, and that is what we do. And we give a hand to the troops. Most of our troops are leaders are people, women who are very, very busy now, because in my day we weren't working mothers. We had the homes, and now they're carrying double roles, and so we're able to help the troops out by preparing some research work for them, gathering their kits together, and I love it. It's fun.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the Monmouth group is a little bit different from
Okay.
the Evergreens in that they're a lot more of a social group.
Okay.
They have fundraisers and stuff to earn money to do scholarships for the girls
Oh,
to
so
go
you
on
do-
destination
so you do-
and wider ups.
So you do donate money back to the girls.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
both.
yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So you see, we have two chapters because there's one in Farmingdale and there's one in Toms River. So there's two chapters, and I work with both of them, and they're all there to support the girls. That's the whole point of,
Right.
of being in the alumni, because it's so important that the girls are
Right.
supported by the adults.
Well, in 1991, the Order of the Evergreen was instituted, and that's when they designed their own logo.
Yes, right on your
Yeah,
shirt there.
Yeah, and we interact quite a lot with the individual troops, which is
Right.
wonderful. Love it. Love that
Yes.
exposure.
What are some of the things you've done with the troops?
Well, we especially like putting kits together. The troop leaders will say, we need this art project. And so we'll put the kits together, make their life a little bit easier. We do, some of our women do go out and teach you macrame and crocheting
Excellent.
with the girls. And they also like just a history group. If you come out and tell it the way it was when you were a Girl Scout, the girls are just in awe
Yes.
of the changes. And we ourselves are in awe. But the same thing that runs true is the girls of my day and the girls today are all there for camaraderie and to build character and for the enthusiasm. They widen their horizons. So that never changes.
Yeah.
The basics of
I
Girl
watched
Scouts are
my
always the
granddaughter.
same.
Yeah, I watched my granddaughter at her bronze award, doing her bronze award with her troop, and they were all arm in arm, and they were hugging each other and running around, even though they were clean, they were dirty doing a garden. They just have this camaraderie between them.
It's a level playing field.
Yes, yes. And you do a special program.
Yes.
Talking about.
I do a tea.
Yes.
There's actually two of them that I have. One is called Samantha Tea, and they get costumes to put on and make tea sandwiches, and tea is served.
Yes, yes.
The finer graces.
Yes. Okay, if you would like to be, or if you're interested in Girl Scouting, you would like to be an adult Girl Scout as a leader or something in that, or you would like to be a part of the alumni, you can get in touch with me at Girl Scout Council at 800-785-2090, and I'm at extension 230. You can get straight to me and talk to me about being an alumni member.
It's time well spent.
Love it.